Okay, how are you?
Hi. I guess I'm well.
Okay, so share with me how was your weekend?
My weekend was good, but it ended up not so well because,
And ended up not so well? Wow.
yes, because my mother and my sister had a fight, and this fight, I don't know, gave me more thoughts about the situation. The thing is that my sister is 32 years old right now,
Okay.
and she has a boyfriend, and they have been like 4 years together. So my mom is putting like her a lot of pressure because she's saying, when are you getting married? Otherwise, you're like wasting your time. So I think this is like, I don't know, eventually going to happen to me. So I saw my mother, and I think that maybe that will happen to me eventually.
So you're telling me that you're worried that this fight that your sister and your mother have had is like a premonition of what is going to happen to you in the future?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so could you tell me a little bit more about what are your thoughts around this situation?
I think that like every person is the owner of their decisions, if they're getting married or not, if they are getting a couple or not. So for me, family is also important, and that my mom is fighting this way to almost force my sister to get married is a concern.
Okay, so you're telling me that you're concerned because of the pressure between your mother and your sister, but you're also worried that maybe this could affect your family connection, perhaps.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, so does your mother play a role in your life where there's a lot of pressure, perhaps?
Yes, yes. My parents are like have these expectations on me in a lot of ways, academically, socially. So I think I have this pressure on me, even the couple I will get or I want. So yes, that's a big deal.
Okay, so the pressure is not only in the couple thing, but it's also in academic and everything.
Yes.
So could you tell me a little bit more about what does she tell you, or how do you feel pressure?
Yes, for example, she sends this message like great students will always have good grades, or if, if you fail, you're not anymore like a good student. And just my daughters and sons are my like she recognizes her sons or daughters have to be the best.
Okay. Okay, so your mother has always been pressuring you. And do you think that you have that failing is an option or it's not?
Well, for my mother, it's not. But right now, considering all of more aspects, I think it is. You, there are some times that you will fail, and there are some times that you will win. But my mother thinks that it must always be perfect.
Okay. Have you ever failed in something?
Yes, in fact, on the weekend I had a test, and I was so anxious about it that I forgot it. So I don't have the grade right now, but I know I failed.
Okay. And did you tell your mother this?
I was like really worried about it, and I had the fear to tell her, but she knew I had a test. She's really always really, I don't know, she's always asking like for homework or for tests, so she knew all the dates I had. So she told me how did I go in that test, and so I wanted to like her, but I couldn't, and I told her that it was a failure.
Okay. So talk to me about how does this feel to you? I mean, how does the pressure of your mother feels to you and knowing that she's knowing about literally everything about your life? How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel in like in a situation that maybe I am trapped because
Trapped?
yes, because I have to success, like I must success. So that increases my anxiety. I'm aware of that because if I have to be perfect and then this thought comes to me, but I don't know how to escape from being trapped.
Okay, so is there any place or moment in your day that you feel that you're not pressured or that you feel like you're free to fail or not fail? But
I think it's on the weekends when I go to my hometown and I just have these minutes for me and yeah, like kind of relax a little bit on the weekend. Like this is my day.
okay, so you're telling me that you're giving yourself a day to like relax from everything that's happening with your mother. Talk to me a little bit more about how does failure makes you feel? Because I think that you're not so worried about failure, but you're more worried that your mother is pressuring you all the time.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, failure for me, of course, is not nice, but I think sometimes it comes to you.
Okay.
Of course, you can do something about it, and you have to prepare, like for a test. You have to study, you have to read. But if the test is way too hard and you did your best, and failure comes, you know you gave everything there. So I think failure is sometimes an option.
Okay. So you're aware that you can fail and that you have like that option, but it's your mother that's constantly talking to you and talking to you. So have you ever talked to her about this, or have you told her like, please stop or something like that?
I did actually when I finished high school because she had all these expectations. Now you're going to college. Now you're going to be the best GPA. But I told her that in the past years of high school, it was been really rough. I was anxious about it, and I told her, and I think she kind of understood. But then when I started class, it was all over again. Like she forgot what we talked about.
Okay. So how does that make you feel? That she forgets what you tell her?
It makes me feel like in a way like pressure comes back to me, but also I kind of feel sad because my mom also had this this anxiety on her.
So it's like a mixture of emotions because in one side you're feeling all this pressure and perhaps frustration because of what your mother is doing, but also you're feeling sad because of the anxious that your mother is feeling
Yes.
because of this. Okay, so does your sister copes with anxiety and pressure as the same way as you do?
I think it's similar, but my sister, it takes a little longer to cope with it because she have like these explosions of reactions. So yes,
Okay, so your sister has like somehow the same coping strategies, but she gets a little bit more pressure, perhaps.
yes.
Okay, so do you think that because of this, you won't be able to perhaps choose the couple that you want to choose?
I think yes, because these expectations are also in the relationships. So I really don't know if I meet a person and if I like and we start dating, it will be good enough for my mom.
Okay. Do you think there is any solution to this?
Um, I think talking to her, but I tried. But maybe if it's a more constant talking, maybe it will be better.
Okay. Do you think that maybe she will understand what you're saying, and understand you in that way?
I think she understands, but somehow she, like, I don't know, maybe the outer world, she wants to show everybody how perfect we are.
Okay. And this vision of perfection in your family, how does that make you feel?
Really anxious. I think that's the word.
Okay. Anxious because of what?
Anxious because of failure, anxious because of other, I don't know, if people start talking like, oh, the perfect family failed, or she failed, what happened, if everything is fine.
So again, you're feeling like this pressure comes more from your mother's side, but it's not really your worry that it may fail.
Yes.
Okay. So how would you describe the relationship with with your mother?
With my mother, I think, is this situation where we really talk talk to each other, but not as much. So she's more aware of what I have been successful.
Okay. So I think that there's a lot of things that we can work on, and we will talk about this a little bit more in other sessions. Okay.
Thank you.